Hi, I'm excited to show you how to use some marker pens. I've just got these lovely marker pens. I've got coloured ones, but I've also got a selection of grey ones, and I'm going to show you some ideas to do with those. So I was doing lots of little drawings of some teasels, which I found in the hedgerows. I think they're all over the place at the moment. Always fun to draw. I often draw teasels. Often draw them with charcoal, but I've realised you can draw them with all this selection of lovely greys. Then I was reading on the back and it says that you can draw on glass, plastic, all sorts of things with these markers. So I've then found a plastic box which I put sort of odds and ends in the bathroom in, and I've done a little design on that. So I'm going to show you how I did that so that you can have a go. Right, so I'm going to get out these grey ones. Yeah, a selection of grey and black. So first of all, I'm going to just draw an outline of my teasel. So they're really very simple. They're just a kind of oval shape with there. I don't know if you can see that. So an oval shape like that with the stalk coming down. Then you're going to have shade really on one side. So I've got the light coming from the window on this side. I don't know, it's not terribly visible, I don't think, in the video. And actually there's a bit of light coming from the above light up above me. So there's a bit of the lighter colour. So I've got my lightest grey here, and these have got a sort of fat side and a thin side. So I'm going to get the fat side. They're actually lighter under here and a bit lighter around there. So there's two areas of light. Light's coming from the window, but it's also coming from the light bulb above me. So I've got two sets of light. So I'm going to start shading these to make a kind of 3D blob shape. So going in with different greys. So I've got my light grey around the edge there, going into a darker grey. Where's a darker grey? Sort of, well, I think that one's darker grey. Again, a thicker one there. Maybe a little bit under there. So I'm making a kind of 3D shape, which I'm going to add detail to. I'll put a stalk down there. Okay. In this one here, I've got this selection which has got two blacks and a blender. This blender works quite well on the plastic. I've got to go and get it out of the box. Right. And you can kind of go, I want to start getting those little spiky bits in. So you can kind of go over what you've already done, and it kind of cuts through what you've done like a white almost. So I'm building that up. I'm going to go to much darker now. I'm going to start adding maybe a little bit extra of that shaded stuff in the middle here. And then starting to add these little spikes. Now I'm going to go in with my black. So I'm going to go to the thin end of the black, not the fat end. I'm just going to start putting those little spiky, just like pointy V's all over. So you can see those over the fine areas of pale grey. And then the lovely thing you get these kind of bottom spiky, I don't know what you would call them, bits that stick out. So I'm going to draw some of those with the fat end, and those kind of, one comes down there, big one that goes there, couple of, then it really starts to look like a teasel. There's little tiny spikes down the stalk as well. I'm just going to add a few more little spikes like that, just to give it that really spiky, teasely look. Okay, I'd maybe go in a little bit more with that thin blender one, just to kind of give some real little finer. Let's say it gives it a kind of white. So there we go, on plastic. Doesn't come off, even if you scrub it with soap. The only thing that does make it come off, I've just had a go, is to use some white spirit on it. So it does come off if you really want it to, but it just stays on. I think leave it to dry for a few minutes before you try and sort of wash it off at all. So there you go. I'm going to cover the whole of this box with teasel patterns. Actually, there's no end of things I can cover these boxes with. Okay.